Howdy, 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 my beautiful Virgo. How are you doing today, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today we're going to be getting into your weekly tarot reading, Virgo, for November. See what's going to be happening in your life today, what is going to be manifesting, all right, Virgo? So if you enjoy this tarot reading today, let me know in the comments below how this tarot reading resonates with you. That's how I keep up with you, of course, Virgo. As well, darling, if you want to support this tarot reading channel for free, just give this video a like and subscribe. As I said, it's free to do, Virgo, and it does help me out quite a bit, so I appreciate those who take the extra time to support me in that way. So let's get right into this tarot reading, Virgo. Remember to take in more than just your one zodiac sign. Check out your sun, moon, and your rising, Virgo, to get the full spectrum of what's going on in your life in specific. All right, darling. So let's just jump right into this tarot reading today, Virgo, because I'm really excited about what's going on here for you here. All right, taking all this in here, I feel like you guys are coming in out of a rough period and something in your social life here. We have the Lovers, the Four of Swords, and the Death card coming in here. I mean, this is like a case in points, like having a really sobering experience with something that you once really loved. Maybe you recently lost your job, perhaps, Virgo, or perhaps it's just like receiving some news that was really humbling. All right, in this place that it's like after something happened, it kind of puts you in this place of being like, oh, I don't know if I really want to talk to people right now. You ever get into those places, Virgo, where you're just like, you don't really want to talk to anyone on the phone, and just like there's just something that's heavy in your heart that even you can't really perhaps name. Maybe you wouldn't even call it depression, Virgo. It's just like right now you just are not really interested in actively exerting your energy currently here, right? And so it's really interesting because I look at your second row here, and your second row is the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Magician card coming in here. This interesting part to me is where it's just like, yeah, like you have like this hermit period, Virgo. You recluse a little bit, right? You exude that hermit energy, which is what the major arcana is associated with you with. But then you make a lot of like, it's like behind the scenes, you start doing something that's really successful here. Finances start picking up, and I really feel like it's through this is really case in point. Nine of Pentacles, Magician energy, Virgo. If you've been contemplating on starting like your own little side hustle, your business, or what have you here, these two cards, you can't really ask for a better setup for something like that, right? And so it's like, it's interesting to me where it's just like we start out into this reclusive period where you're just like, oh, it's like I even want to say like bittersweet energy, where it's just like you start reclusing in. Through that reclusivity, Nine of Wands, you don't give up. You're a warrior, you're a fighter, Virgo. And it's really fabulous. It's really beautiful, is like what you managed to accomplish here. Now in this third row here, Virgo, we'll just have to unpack this later on here. Nothing too bad that I'm seeing here, but it deserves its own time. Let's really directly unpack this first row of Virgo, being this Lovers, Four Swords, and Death card coming in, right? So overall, Virgo, yeah, as I was saying beforehand, I feel like there's some situation that you're just like, I see this as like, I look at this, I'm like, okay, this is like very bittersweet energy where you're just like, like I wish it didn't have to be this way, but I know this is for the best, right? We have the Ace of Pentacles coming in here. Are you recent? This is like making like a hard choice on doing something, Virgo, but you know it's for the best of you, for you. It's like quitting eating dairy or whatever that it is. I have no opinion on what it is you choose to eat, right? It's like quitting something that you love because in the long term it's best for you to do that. Does that make sense? So it's just like you're sad that you're quitting eating dairy because your favorite thing is tres leches cake, but in the long term it's going to help your acne, help your weight, what have you. You have the Sun card coming in after. Yeah, it's so interesting to me where it's like, Virgo, for you it's like you're doing the choices that are necessary, even though right now you acknowledge the major sacrifice that it is. I know it sounds ridiculous to say major sacrifice after I just used the analogy, Virgo, of tres leches cake, but whatever the sacrifice is, in the long term it's going to be serving you. When you get this confirmation with that Sun card letting you know, it's just like, hey darling, it's going to work itself out here. It pays off here, Virgo. You choosing to go in your shell, you choosing to make this period where it's just about you, where you're not really exerting yourself and making yourself available, not really picking up the phone all the time. You're not mad at people. This is just really a period where you don't really see the You know this is the time for yourself here. Whatever it is that you're sacrificing to put a focus in, because I really do see like it may outwardly just come off as Virgo where people might mistake you having like depression or something, but I really do feel like you're working on something behind the scenes with this time that you have all to yourself now. All right. And that confirms it here in the second row. As I said before, you have the 9 of Pentacles and Wands with this Magician card. Behind the scenes here, Virgo, it's like you don't give up. You're just going about it in a different way here. And the creation process is beautiful for you, Virgo. The 9 of Pentacles is the best card to be having, Virgo, when it comes to personal endeavors, things that you want to personally accomplish, right? This is like self-employment. This is like wanting to take care of yourself and be the controller of your own universe to a lesser degree compared to the Magician. Like that's why these two cards are so powerful together, Virgo, because these two cards, when they're paired together, this is like someone that's like, this is like Bill Gates energy. This is like Apple energy, right? You know, this is like this, literally this, the epitome of like creating something out of nothing because you don't want to give up. You know, you receive some news, you deal with whatever it is, but you still keep pushing forward. You don't allow that to make you feel defeated because you have a purpose. You have goals, you have ambitions that you want to accomplish, Virgo. So I celebrate you in that. Let's get into some clarifiers for this all here. We have the Death card coming in here, but it's almost this sense for you, Virgo. You know, it's interesting how this keeps on coming out, where it's just like, it's only the only way that you're able to tap into this Magician energy is by having that death experience with something, having that closure with something, Virgo. There's something that you know that you need to put to an end, so you can have this free time, this free space, this free energy to do whatever it is that you need to do. Page of Cups clarifying this 9 of Wands. Page of Cups opportunity coming in after the closure. And then the Empress energy, another card that's fitting for your energy, Virgo. Empress, Page of Cups, and Death. Wow. So Virgo, overall, again, this is really just trying to hone in on the similar message, Virgo, where it's just like, yes, you know what it is that you're doing right now is going to build your character. Whatever this loss is, this is the epitome of making lemonades out of lemons, essentially, Virgo. All right. And so you know this is what's best for you. Take a deep breath. It may suck right now. It may feel overwhelming. You may be just freaking out. You may be feeling anxious, whatever it is, Virgo. All right. That's normal. That means you're human, darling. Right. If you weren't feeling anything, then that means you're not, it's not doing it doesn't have a great impact on your life. Right. So have your emotions, Virgo, but just understand that whatever it is that you're doing, darling, right? No one else may understand it. Hell, it's even a little bit hard for me to quite comprehend what it is that you are letting go of, putting it to an end, Virgo. But you see it clearly with that Empress. You understand that this is all shaping to be something big, something major, something that really allows for you to live this next this next portion of your life from a much more elevated place. So let's get into this third row here, Virgo, that I wanted its own time for. As I said, I don't think it's necessarily too inherently bad here, Virgo, but this is the row where it's like the brutal honest truth, Virgo. So you have the 5 of Swords, the King of Swords in the reverse, with the 9 of Cups in the reverse as well. So this is like a message, Virgo, where it's just like, don't give up, right? This is like a message where it's just like with the 5 of Swords, you may deal with some backstabbery. You may deal with some obstacles. You may deal with some complications, whatever the case is for you, Virgo. All right. You're going to be dealing, you know, this is like the cold, honest truth, Virgo, where it's just like, there's going to be some, you know, it's not going to just be all sunshine and rainbows, right? But your goal is not to avoid them necessarily. I mean, obviously you want to avoid them. Self-preservation, darling. Come on now. But it's like, your goal right now, Virgo, is to not allow that to make you bitter, not to allow that to be all consuming, Virgo. The best example that I could be making off the fly for you, Virgo, is that sense of where it's just like, maybe you had like a heartbreak, right? From a relationship standpoint, someone in your family broke your heart and you're just like, I'm never going to trust people again, right? That's the type of energy that you want to avoid having. All right. You like the biggest thing that you want to do at this time is like see any type of Five of Swords energy, any type of disappointment or whatever. See this as for what it is and accept that, being like, you know what? This is that death card that Velka was talking about this entire time. This is what Velka was trying to bring to my attention this entire time. All right. Because there is like this sense of where whatever is happening is like pushing you to build you up to be that empress. So it's like there is like this sense of like spirit really actively trying to push you to doing something. We get the Five of Wands coming in here. Yeah, complication, obstacles through the Lover's energy here. One more, and the Hermit. Yeah, that's so interesting. We're getting, this is like full circle reading here, Virgo. This is straight up this sense of like, goes back to the full circle, if I can speak, darling, of where it's just like Five of Wands, conflict with something or someone that you love, the Lover's energy, causing for you to be the Hermit. But it's through that Hermit stage that then allows for really so much to be created in your life, something really opening up through this free time that you have as this Hermit that you only would have been put into with all the complications, with the death card, you know, with all that I was seeing beforehand. So those are the tarot cards for you today, Virgo. Let's get into your oracle card, Virgo, for today and see what messages we have in that regard. All right. We have the Canary Spirits, number 3 in numerology. So write that down to see how that resonates with you, what messages the number 3 has, Virgo. And Canary, singing your own song here. So this is really a sense, Virgo, you know, there's a quote from George R.R. Martin that I love so much. And he says, art is not a democracy. And I love it so much because it's essentially saying, Virgo, where it's just like, your self-expression, essentially how you express yourself as a human being or your art or what have you, it's not a democracy. It's not up for debate. It's not up for people to vote for, to decide on how something should or can be. It's for you to decide, Virgo. There's a sense of unapologetic self that I feel like you're going to be tapping into that is almost even required for you to be okay with being in the hermiting phase, is by an understanding that you're singing your own song rather than molding to someone else's expectations. Anyways, Virgo, just some food for thoughts, darling. Thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity. Girl, I can't speak. This is my sign to leave, right? Opportunity to read these tarot cards for you, my beautiful Virgo, and I'll connect to you sometime in the near future. Bye, darling.